Owning and caring for a cast iron pan doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, it's quite simple. I'm going to tell you about all the things that you need to take care of your cast iron. And believe me, it's not a lot. There are basically just 7 things that you need to have on hand at all times to make sure that your cast iron is in tip-top condition. I'm Cecily from Cecily on Point, and you know I love all things cast iron. So I want to give you a little bit of information of just the few things that you need to have in your home to make sure that your cast iron is ready for you when you need it. And remember, if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Come back often because I'm always doing something about cast iron. So let me get into that list with you right now. The first thing that you need to always have on hand is oil. You want to have a low smoke oil on hand, like a canola, a grapeseed, a sunflower, some type of oil if you need to re-season your pan. Pans usually come pre-seasoned today, but if there's some reason, some circumstance that occurs where you need to do a re-seasoning on your pan, you need a good low smoke oil in order to re-season the pan. So always have oil handy just in case you need to do some re-seasoning. The other important thing to have on hand is a non-abrasive scrubber. For your everyday care, after you've cooked in your cast iron, you're cleaning it up, you just need a good scrubber that's not going to remove the seasoning that you've worked so hard to keep intact. So a non-abrasive scrubber is key. Kosher salt. This is a really important item to have on your shelf when you own a cast iron pan. It's great for when you need to neutralize the pan from cooking something sweet or possibly cooking fish, or if you got a situation in your pan that you really need to move out and you need some abrasion. The kosher salt is the best way to go because it's not going to compromise your seasoning. It's also great to have on the shelf in case you want to do brining or pickling or finishing certain things. So it's not just for your cast iron, but it's for other things that you can use kosher salt for. Different from your regular table salt because there is no iodine in this, and the coarseness works for all of those things that I've just mentioned. This is the chainmail. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but this is a great tool to have in your kitchen when you own cast iron. Now this is a really heavy duty cleaner for the rare occasions where you might have, say, stuck on cheese or glaze that has been cooked in, or you've let your pan sit and haven't cleaned it immediately. This chainmail is going to move all of that out quickly, effortlessly, not compromise your seasoning. It can be combined with the kosher salt if you need to, but it's a great thing to have on hand so that to cut down on the frustration that you may have if you've cooked something in your pan that is not moving out. This is the way to go. So the next item tends to be somewhat controversial. Do you use soap or don't you use soap? Many people feel as though you should never use soap in your cast iron. Some people say use soap every time you clean your cast iron. I'm on the team of in between. Sometimes I use soap on my cast iron. I use it when I have a brand new cast iron pan where I want to take the travel dirt off of it, and I'll use a drop of this, or the rare occasion where I just need to get a little bit of suds going. But it's rare. But when you do use soap, my strong suggestion is that you use Dr. Bronner's Pure Castile soap. It's pure. So it's not going to compromise your seasoning much. It's not you don't have to worry about any of the leaching. There are no extra chemicals in here. It's as pure as it comes. It comes unscented and a myriad of other fragrances if you like to have fragrance, but you only use a dime-sized drop of this. That's the other thing that I like. You're not going to use a lot. If you do choose to opt for soap, go ahead and do that, but only be sure to use a drop, and I strongly suggest that you use Pure Castile soap. This next item is really important to have on hand when you own a cast iron pan, either a finishing balm or a maintenance balm, or a good oil. You need that for after you've washed your pan, dried your pan. You then need to heat it up just a little bit, and you want to add, well, I like to use the balm. So I put a little bit of the balm in here to coat the pan because this is going to prevent it from getting rusty, and it's going to help with the seasoning buildup and get to that stick-free surface that you're aiming to have in these cast iron pans. So a finishing balm or a maintenance balm is really important to have on hand when you own a cast iron pan. And finally, microfiber cloths, a variety of them in fact. You want to have a thirsty one for after you've washed your pan and you need to dry it. You want a really nice, good, thirsty microfiber cloth to dry that with. Next, you need one for when you're going to do the maintenance after it's been cleaned. With that balm that we talked about, you want to take a microfiber cloth, take some of the balm, and apply that all over the inside of the pan. That's why you need the different type of microfiber cloth. And then finally, you need one to remove the excess oil that is left behind from the balm. The reason that you do that is you don't want your pan to be sticky. You want it to glisten like this, and the goal is to make this a stick-free pan. So this is part of the seasoning process of the longevity of your cast iron pan, why you want to care for it in the way that you do. So these are all steps for you to have these pans for a really, really long time. So that's it. These are the few things that you need in order to keep your cast iron in top-notch condition. Simple items. Any of these things that you don't have or can't find, you can go to my Amazon shop and find them, but make sure that you keep these few things on the shelf so you can have beautiful cast iron that will last you forever, enough so that you can pass it on, make it into a legacy piece. Remember to like and subscribe, come back often because I'm always doing something about cast iron, and thanks for watching today. Take care. Good luck with that cast iron.